If you know me, or if you've watched the channel before, you will know that I absolutely love this shoe. It is the Hoka Clifton 8. I've run well over 1,000 kilometers in it. I made a whole video about it, and as you can see, it is showing the signs of use a bit. It has been retired for quite a while now. I haven't run in it for ages, used it to go to the gym, cycle, all of those kind of things, and still it is one of my favorite shoes that I've ever run in. However, it might have a replacement. Recently, I got the Hoka Skyflow, which is a very new release from Hoka, a couple of months old, in the kind of easy, steady, daily running area of shoes. It's got a big stack of cushioning, it's got a good rocker in the forefoot, and loads of reasons that I absolutely love it. I've had this for about a month. I've run 70-ish miles in it, just over 100k, and today I'm going to give you a review, and a little spoiler, it's going to be a very good one. First of all though, let's take it for a run. What a stupid idea to come out running now. It's just started hailing. Are you joking? It's blue sky. This is so stupid. I swear the whole day has been completely sunny, and the moment I come out to record a video, it's like properly hailing now. This is ridiculous. And it is freezing cold as well. It's September and this is the first run I've done in long sleeves, and I'm not happy about it. Right, it's calming down. I think I'm just gonna have to take my opportunity now. Let's go for a run in these shoes. Sorry, got a bit distracted there. Let's go. So the Hoka Skyflow, while I'm running in it, I'm going to give you some statistics and then give you some opinions at the end. But first of all, what is this shoe used for? Well, they're very solidly easy day shoes. You won't be doing sessions in them, but you'll be quite happy rolling along at your easy run pace with a nice wedge of cushioning beneath your feet. That being said, in comparison to the Cliftons, I feel like they're a little bit more, I don't know what the word is, a little bit more poppy kind of thing. I don't know, I think they fared better at faster paces than the Clifton did. They feel a little bit firmer even when I've broken them in. More cushioning, but firmer, which for me is a big plus point. I like my shoes to be cushioned, but still decently firm. And that kind of thing helps if you do want to pick up the pace a little bit. So this is a neutral shoe with a stack drop of 5mm from the heel to the toe. So kind of relatively flat, you can't really notice the heel drop much, and it's got a lot of foam at the back. In fact, it is 41mm in the back and 36mm in the front, which, if you know your stuff, technically makes it illegal because World Athletics only allow 40mm in the back, but I don't think anyone's going to be racing in this because, as I said, very much an easy day shoe. This shoe is not a light shoe. I think it's about 283 grams or something. So it's not light, but it doesn't really need to be. It doesn't feel heavy or cumbersome. I'd say something like the Asics Gel Cumulus that I had before feels more cumbersome than this does. This just feels like a nice soft ride, and you kind of need that weight with that much cushioning. Like, it's gonna happen. Hoka say this provides effortless strides, and a lot of Hoka shoes have this kind of rocker that they call this kind of front bit that's meant to rock you nicely. When you hit the ground and you go off, it's meant to push you forwards nicely, which I'd really agree with, and I think that's where it differs to something like the Clifton. From my experience, I think this one just feels a little bit more forwards rather than up and down. I don't know if that really makes sense, but this one I feel like I'm being nicely put onto my toes. I'm pretty much a midfoot to forefoot striker anyway, so this really helps to propel me forwards, which is, I think, something that I like over the Clifton. It feels really nice and snug around the around like the midfoot area around here. However, the sole is still pretty wide, and I think some shoes have a sort of thinner sole here. So your foot ends up like protruding out of here and overlapping this bit, but that's not happening in the shoe at all, but it's still feeling kind of snug and tight with plenty of room in the toe box as well, which is something I really like. So what does all that stuff cost you? Well, it costs 150 quid, which I know is a little bit steep for an easy day shoe, but also these days that's kind of almost competitive. Shoes are really expensive, and a decent easy day shoe will often cost you over £100. Obviously you have things like the Clifton and the Arahi, which are 130, so a little bit less. But for that extra £20, do you think you'll get more value out of this shoe? I've got a whole list of positives. I absolutely love this shoe, and the only real negative I could find is the price. £150 is a lot for a shoe that you're just gonna wear out, I guess. But in some ways, that's the way that prices are going these days. £130 seems like a pretty standard price for a good easy day shoe, and this is really good. And I think because of the increased foam and the better foam that they've used in the midsole, it will last you longer, I think, than something like Clifton. More value for money that way. And I just think shoes are getting more expensive in general. 150 quid for something that this will probably last me. I've already basically done 100 miles in it, and that's been almost exactly a month. We're looking at maybe 5-6 months with this shoe, which is quite a lot for 150 quid, but if you run a lot, that's kind of what you're getting yourself in for. That being said, I really can't find any other negatives. As always with Hoka, I absolutely love this top around the ankle. You always get a nice snug fit. I like the way they always slightly flare the back. This is really useful for putting it on. The laces are nice, they're a good length. You get a good grip over the whole foot. Everything is pointing in a good direction with this shoe, and I absolutely love it, which I think maybe makes this a bit of a boring review because, I don't know, it's just nice, isn't it? It works so well for what I need it to do, which is the easy runs. Yeah, I wouldn't session in it, but I've got other shoes for that. That's not the point of this. This is really good for going out every day and hitting the miles. Do you want to review this shoe? What are your first thoughts on this shoe? Oh, wow. What a beautiful shoe. What would you use this shoe for?
Running.
What kind of running?
Middle distance.
Middle distance. Professional right here, professional. What was I saying? The thing that I really like about this shoe is that it's good for recovering your legs. It's really nice and soft. You've got plenty of cushioning underneath you. However, it's not as soft as something like the Gel Cumulus that I had, which I just felt was like running on clouds. It's too much almost. I think that's where you kind of lose stability. I think the risk of injury goes up. Whereas I think this has a decent level of firmness that kind of makes it a more balanced shoe, and you can do a few more things in it. So I wouldn't recommend this shoe to everyone, especially not if you just want one shoe. If you want just an easy shoe, fantastic, great choice. But I think it's kind of an aspect of personal preference in this kind of area at the moment, because every brand has really good easy day shoes basically. Hoka fit me really well. I really like Hoka, so those are the ones that I go for basically. Feel good in this shoe, put it that way. So that is the Hoka Skyflow. I'll be enjoying many more miles in this. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go and check out my review of the Hoka Clifton, which was previously my favourite shoe ever, so maybe this one will be replacing that. We'll have to see. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.